Welcome, everyone. Today is May 14th. Very excited to chat about a number of updates in the Sigstore community. A few very exciting features have rolled out that use Sigstore and use Salsa that I wanted to highlight today. As always, if you'd like to sign in, feel free to add your name to the doc. And if you have anything that you want to chat about, we'll start with the project round robin. So first starting off, I was just thinking that we might want to reorder these around infrastructure and clients, because Recore, Fulcio, and Cosign being called out separately was, I think, from the past. But yeah, were there any updates anybody had for work ongoing in Recore, Fulcio, or Cosign? Alrighty. I know we have some work in the clients. For Sigstore Go, one thing I wanted to call out was that we're working on adding signing support now. So verification is relatively stable. There's a few changes we might make that are breaking before we do a 1.0 release of the clients. But as part of that 1.0 release, we most certainly want to add support for signing. So that's ongoing right now. If you're interested, feel free to take a look and chime in on any of the open PRs. For Python, William, do you want to give an update?
Yeah. So our big update is we're pretty close to a 3.0 release. I have 2 issues left on the milestone that I want to address before doing a stable release there. But one of the big ones is we have an outstanding PR that's being reviewed to add Dizzy verification support to the Sigstore CLI. So previously, when you did things via the API, you could do Dizzy verification, but not by the CLI. The big news there is that this will enable us to verify the attestations that the GitHub attestations data is producing. So this will make us compatible with a huge chunk of the Sigstore ecosystem, which I'm excited for personally.
Awesome. Very excited to see that all come through. For Sigstore Java, I'm not sure what's in the 0.8 release, but I wanted to call it out. That was just released. I believe similar to Sigstore Python, DISI support is underway. I believe one of the other things being worked on is support for timestamp authorities. I don't believe that's in the 0.8 release. I would assume it would be in 0.9. Awesome. Anything else anybody wanted to add for client work? All right, moving right along. Infrastructure. I don't believe we have any major updates. Following up from 2 weeks ago, we're still working on cleaning up staging and getting it back to a stable state. For those who weren't around for that, we are doing an upgrade from MySQL 5.4, I think it is, to MySQL 8, because 5.4 is getting end of life. We ran into some performance issues with the transparency log. So we're working through those now. I'm hoping to have an update soon on how to resolve that. And I don't believe we have any doc updates. So let's go right ahead into some outreach and events. William, do you want to talk a little bit about Homebrew? I don't know if we have anyone from GitHub here, so I guess if you want to also touch on that too.
Yeah, I can. I'm probably not the right person to fully talk about the GitHub feature, but I can talk briefly about it in the context of Homebrew. Today we put out a public announcement for the work we've been doing on Homebrew for the past 6 or 7 months. The TLDR of it is that Homebrew's CI/CD now signs attestations that cryptographically attest to the provenance of bottles produced by the Homebrew CI/CD. So with that environment variable that I've listed below, if you run brew install from now on, you will get a cryptographic verification that the bottle that you were installing was actually produced by Homebrew CI/CD and not, say, inserted by a malicious maintainer or a compromised process. This is obviously not the end-all be-all of verification, but we think it's a pretty important step towards sort of reducing the number of ambiguities in Homebrew's distribution supply chain. The blog post link is from the company I work at. It covers through some of the technical details of how we did the work, as well as how we built it on top of GitHub's, as of last week, public beta for artifact attestations. So please read through both posts, both the GitHub one and the Charlottes one, and happy to answer any questions if people have them either on the call or on Slack.
While we don't have GitHub folks here, I just wanted to say huge congrats on the launch of the public beta. This is a massive step forward in getting attestations out there and verified. So it was really, really exciting to see. And I'm really glad that Homebrew's been able to use this feature so early on. So congrats to GitHub. Thanks for all the work that you've done within Homebrew. This is really, really exciting to see. For events, I wanted to point out the schedule for Cloud Native SecurityCon just came out. There are two Sigstore related talks. One is an overview of Sigstore by two of our TSC members, Luke and Bob, and another is by GitHub, where they'll talk more about artifact attestations. If I'll be there, if anybody wants to come say hi, love to meet you. So now we come to the last part. If there's any other business anyone would like to discuss, feel free to point it out. All right, well, we can also move forward into introductions. I see a lot of new faces, so if anyone would like to say hi, no pressure, but feel free to.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Vishal, and I'm a maintainer at Kiverna, and I work on their image verification stuff. So how they use Cosign and Sigstore for as in the admission controller for Kubernetes. Recently, like this week, I started working on the Sigstore bundle implementation in Cosign. I have some things running in Cosign Verify, but I still have a few things to figure out. I started looking into signing using Sigstore Go into Cosign, and I noticed one thing where it mentioned that Sigstore Go like is not considering to be a replacement for Cosign. Like I had one question there is that do we have any plans to use Sigstore bundles as the default method for signing in Cosign? Because for me that makes sense to be the next better step, because since that's the default way we want to do things in Sigstore, it will make sense to do it that way in Cosign as well, right? So I have that question. Are we planning to do that?
That is a good question. The short answer is yes, the plan is to add bundle support. So I was just pulling up. We've got, I don't know why there's only two, there should be a third issue. There are three things that are top of mind in Cosign right now, one of which is support for the bundle format, because that will make Cosign compatible with all of the other Sigstore clients that are also producing and verifying bundles. So this is top of mind. The other is some work around conformance testing, and there's something missing here also around tough, which is this. But yes, the plan is that we will add bundle support. To your point about not being a direct Cosign replacement, the goal with Sigstore Go is that it provides building blocks. It will be responsible for signing and verifying bytes effectively. And so if you have a certain format, whether that be Git commits, whether that be containers that you'd like to support, we expect tooling to be built on top of Sigstore Go. Effectively, you can think of Sigstore Go as a rewrite of the internals in Cosign, but rather than structure them around OCI, which is what Cosign's currently structured around, they'll be structured around bytes. And then OCI representations should reduce to bytes and then use Sigstore Go. So over time, we'll integrate Sigstore Go into Cosign. That's not going to be an immediate process because we want to be very careful to not break all of the many, many things that Cosign does and supports. But in the short term, there is an example in the Sigstore Go repo. If you'd like to play around with verifying OCI bundles, I will also say, so I'll show you just this real quick. This is being able to verify OCI images. I think you actually contributed this to very recently.
Yeah.
But there is also some work within Cosign around this under specs. to provide a bundle via the OCI image manifest. So I'd also recommend taking a look at this. I think I pointed this out last week.
Yes.
There's some work going on in Policy Controller right now to add support for this too.
Yeah, I've been looking into this, and also I've been looking into the Sigstore. There's a Google Doc about Sigstore as well, and I've been looking into those docs to make sure that when I implement it, I just do it the right way, so I don't make a mistake. Yeah, I'm looking forward to working on the Sign and Sigstore integration as well.
Awesome. And yeah, feel free to reach out on Slack if you have any questions. Thanks for taking a look at this early.
Sure. Thanks.
Guess I'll hop in there next. My name is Tanner Gill. I'm one of 3 members of 1Password here today. We're keenly interested in the Rust client going to 1.0. And so you'll see us contributing more and more there in the coming months, probably. But we're using that on a project that we've been building for the last year that's going to go to production here in the coming quarters. So yeah.
Awesome.
Hello. Yeah.
Welcome. We're really, really excited to have you. If you have any questions about Sigstore Rust, similarly, feel free to ask on the client's chat. There was I guess top of mind there's an issue that's kind of tracking what's needed for the 1.0 release. I know William is someone good to chat with too about this because his team's done some work there.
Yeah, we've seen your profile in the threads. So nice to meet you in another digital form, I suppose.
Nice to meet you as well. And yeah, I would love to talk sometime about the work that we have ongoing. We've been working on 1.0 backlog stuff. So either teaming up on reviews or just making it easier for other people to review and get visibility into what the work we've been doing would be fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah, you'll see at least my face and maybe Jonathan's in the reviews here in the coming weeks, probably. So.
Hi, I'll just jump in real quick and say hi. I'm Jonathan. I'm also from 1Password. Same thing, everything Tanner said.
Great to meet you all.
I wanted to jump in and say hi too. I joined Hayden and Bob's team a few months ago to work on Sigstore, working on Recore infrastructure right now, and you'll probably see some arrows from me in Recore and Cosite and all over the place.
Welcome, Colleen. Great to have you.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Markham. I've met some of you through, I'm the technical project manager at OpenSSF, and just wanted to join to start learning more about Sigstore.
Awesome, welcome. And also, again, glad to put a face to a name in another digital form. I know I've seen you around on many Slack channels, so welcome.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Well, welcome to everybody. Really excited for all the work ongoing right now. We'll meet again in 2 weeks. See you all around.
See ya.